So the video says it, the video shows it, and you did it. You stood right over her, bam, bam.
This is Scienton Goes, a pastor whose obsession with his ex-wife's family was recorded on camera, coming to an inevitable tragic end.
Pastor Side knew this shit was gonna happen, because Pastor Side loaded himself up with his gun.
My mom's ex-husband, he literally stalks us and he's at our house right now. I'm sorry. I'm just really scared.
Pastor Side was gonna get his revenge.
No revenge.
Yes, you were.
Now, Cy will put on any act he can to get away with his crimes.
I'm a grown man. I thought I was gonna pee my pants.
But what he doesn't realize is that the woman he tried to kill is still alive, and she will reveal information that will prove Cy is not a man of God. He is a monster.
Do you remember going back and pointing the gun right in her face? She sure does. You know she's not dead. You know she's not dead? She's still in hospital. I'm talking to a pastor who can't tell me the truth.
I didn't want this to happen.
Who the hell wants this to happen?
On June 28, 2017, in League City, Texas, Amanda Harris returned home with her 11-year-old daughter Kelsey to a frightening scene on their front lawn. Her husband Wayne Harris was standing over her ex, 41-year-old Scienton Goes, pointing a gun directly at his face. Amanda drew her own weapon from the glove box, and after joining her husband with it trained on Scienton, she called 911 to report their citizen's arrest. The 911 operator told her and Wayne to put their weapons down and wait for police. They did as they were told, and as Kelsey watched helplessly from the car, Scienton drew a gun and fired at Wayne, hitting him multiple times. He then turned it on Amanda, hitting her twice in the arm and leg before fleeing the scene. Wayne died a short time later, and Amanda was taken to a hospital to be treated for her injuries. Authorities suspected Scienton would try to cross the border into Mexico, and a checkpoint was set up in El Paso. They were right, and he was apprehended a day later without incident. As he's taken in to be interviewed, he'll try a tactic authorities are very familiar with. But despite his attempts at painting himself as a harmless do-gooder, this detective sees right through the facade. The following footage was provided by the League City Police Department.
Now, and I'm gonna be quiet and I'll let you tell your story.
Wednesday was actually Kelsey's birthday. Kelsey's like my daughter. I know, my spiritual daughter.
Take a minute, Pastor. Take a minute. Take a second, okay? I understand this is very emotional. And you know what? I am happy and I am glad that I am seeing these emotions from you. Okay? Take a second, settle down. Take a second, take a deep breath and just settle down. Don't try to talk right now, okay? Don't try to talk. It was Kelsey's birthday, right?
Kelsey's birthday.
How old is Kelsey?
Kelsey's 11. And we got her when she was about 6 months old.
Who was we?
Amanda and I when we were married.
Okay.
And her mom is Amber, and she was a meth addict. And so we were in Iowa and we got her, and I still remember. She'd come from Amber used to take her to meth houses in Michigan. And so, like, I remember holding her 6 months old, and I was like, God, this is such a precious child. She shouldn't have been through this. And we had her, and I feel like neither of us knew Christ back then very well. I mean, we watched Pastor Joel Osteen on TV quite a bit, and things were good. And then I had been in, I had wanted to go to med school. I was doing podiatry school in Iowa. And, that wasn't working out academically. And Amanda was frustrated. We had sold the house. She came down to Houston, and I still stayed up in Iowa because I wanted to switch to like the MBA program at Iowa State. And I felt like it would be good for her to do something similar as well, and undergrad business, fashion. And that way we'd have loan money and things like that to raise Kelsey. We were trying to find jobs, but it was not a good time in the economy. And Amanda came down to Houston.
After having a nice cry, Scientan details his relationship with Amanda, including his suggestion that it would be good for her to get her business degree while he studied podiatry. But there was only one problem. It was actually a nursing degree he was pushing for, a profession Amanda had no interest in. Their lives would change when they found themselves caring for Amanda's half-sister's daughter, yet the constant threat of the child being taken away soon took its toll on the marriage.
And so it was always like living in fear because we always like were thinking like Kelsey's gonna get taken away. And then I started having like migraines and vomiting like for like 6 months straight after that. And I felt like Amanda was not not cooperating. Like she I told her before I came down from Iowa that we have to protect our student loans. Like, this is like the only way that we can protect Kelsey.
When you say protect student loan, you mean pay them?
No, like
What is protect?
keep them and keep going to school because we were both enrolled in programs like U of H, Clear Lake. And then I saw that she wasn't I guess she was just like shutting down from stress because my dad had died, and then this Kelsey thing happened, and her grandma died, and her mom got divorced, and on the third time, and it was like massive pressure. And one day there was like just a blow up where, she just, it was a stupid reason, but it was like I had found a dog, and I wanted us to have that dog, because my other dog got along really nicely with that dog, and it was real cute. Like, it's the only dog I see that would actually pick up Kelsey's bib, Passy, and run around the house with that dog. And
So let's fast forward a little bit.
Okay.
Let's fast forward.
Yeah.
I know this is very important to you. It's very important to me. Y'all ended up getting full-time custody of her, correct? She was awarded to Kelsey, was awarded to y'all, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Both of y'all?
Initially to me, initially to both. It was like a temporary custody, and then after that blow up, we separated. And I was had to clear my head, and then on Mother's Day 2008, I was I think it was 2000 and it was either Mother's Day 2007 or 8. I was at my mom's. I was back at my mom's. I was trying to salvage what had happened, and my friend Dr. Miller had called from Iowa, and he was like, "Look, you need to sit down for what I'm about to tell you." So he sat me down and he said that Amanda had reached out to him romantically, and I prayed and vomited all day Mother's Day, and I was I didn't want to divorce her, but I was that is that is a biblical grounds for divorce, to go after somebody else.
Scientan claims that during their separation, he decided to divorce Amanda after she asked a doctor friend of his out, but she had a decidedly different side of the story, and hers was much darker. In her telling, the fight that led to the end of the marriage wasn't about giving away a dog. It was about catching him violently shaking Kelsey when she was a baby. But despite this, Scientan continues to paint himself in the best possible light, and Amanda in the worst.
And so then I was look, I finished my MBA program. I still love you. I still love Kelsey. I had found a John Osteen devotional, and Amanda had stuffed a picture of Kelsey, and then when I had opened it in Iowa, it fell out, and I was crying, and I was let's work it out. I promise, we have to go to church and all this stuff. So I came down December 2009. We moved in together, and then for 3 months, we were living together and going to church, and then she just felt I just want to date other people. She said,
So y'all divorced.
So we're divorced already. We're divorced. We were going to come back together, like, you know.
Did you want the divorce?
No.
You didn't want the divorce?
No. She started, I think she started dating Wayne. I don't know when exactly, but I know that by 2012, I think they were dating. And so I was actually working at Lakewood Church with the children in the children's ministry for Veronica Montgomery, like right before that. And, you know, so they know my story. Billy Osteen used to pray for me. I used to take names of, you know, sick patients at hospitals to pray for her, like Tuesdays, you know. You know, I have started to feel like, you know, there's a scripture in the Bible about like Joel 2:28, how God will give you like visions and dreams, right? So one day, like I was like at Dodie Osteen's, I still remember Dodie Osteen's blood drive, and I think it was 2012, and Joel Osteen had preached a message that pray for what you hope for. And in that interim time between like 2009 and 10, like occasionally Amanda would let me see Kelsey, you know. We had a good time, like she would stay over at my mom's house, we'd go out for pizza, I'd take her to Lakewood and the Sacred Heart Church to go see the big statue of Christ and all that. And, but I noticed like Amanda was becoming more like on off with Kelsey. And 2012, it had been an off period. And, you know, Joel Osteen had said that, and I prayed for it. And then suddenly I just felt like a vibe, you know, like I had closed my eyes and prayed, and I felt like Kelsey was like running away from Wayne, like in the sanctuary, like running across like the Lakewood Church sanctuary. So I was like, oh, whatever, that's like whatever, ridiculous. And Kelsey's with Wayne and Amanda. So I was in the, after the sanctuary, I went to the blood drive bus, and, you know, I saw a text from Amanda. I still have the text, and it's on a phone. I saved it at my apartment. And the text said, are you at Lakewood? I have a notion to see you. And that was a text from Amanda. So I was like, wow, that was like crazy, you know, like I was just praying about Kelsey, and then she winds up being at Lakewood. I didn't even know it. And I was like actually like joking around with like this other grandma lady on the bus, on the blood drive bus, about how tough marriage is. And then I saw that and I was like, wow, like that was a miracle, you know? So I met Amanda, and then I got to see Kelsey, and it was awesome. And Amanda told me in the sanctuary, I still remember like the stages up here, the sound booth is here, and me and Amanda are sitting here after the service together. And she's like, Sai, I'm so sorry that I hurt you. And Wayne cheated on me, and he told me he had addiction. So I'm like, okay, why don't we work it out? Like, I still love you. I still love Kelsey. Like, you know, let's work it out.
According to Scientan, everything was going his way when it came to getting back with Amanda, and now she'd come to him with a confession. Wayne was an addict, and she'd made a huge mistake by marrying him. But if it sounds too good to be true, that's because it was.
And then about like 7 days, like some switch went off in Amanda's head again. And it was, I decided to get back with Wayne, and I don't want you to be a part of Kelsey's life. So I was like devastated, you know, because like I had this huge like attachment to this kid, you know. And, you know, I had actually like left a post-MBA PhD admission in Iowa to be here, you know.
Right, you gave up a lot.
I gave up a lot to be here.
To be with her.
Yeah.
Before.
And so then, like, you know, I literally, like I was saying, like, we had an EAP program, and I had entered, like, nursing school at that point. And I was like, because I just wanted to do some kind of job where, like, I could be in the same town as Kelsey. Just in case anything happened, just in case Amanda switched back again.
Scientan may think his behavior was totally harmless, but from Amanda and Wayne's point of view, it was downright terrifying. He'd grown increasingly obsessed with Amanda, and with young Kelsey in particular. He admits he moved to Houston just to be near her, and would show up to the family's home on Christmas morning with gifts despite knowing he wasn't wanted. Not only that, he'd fired guns outside the family's home, and police trespassed him for looking in their windows late at night. But now that we have the backstory, how did it lead to Wayne's tragic death?
Let's fast forward to Wednesday morning, the day of the incident. Yes, and I'll call it the incident because I don't know what it is.
Sure, yeah.
That morning, you woke up Wednesday morning, start your day.
Sure. So actually, I had to work late on Tuesday at the hospital. So by profession, I'm a professional ICU dialysis nurse, and so people count on me to protect them and save their life, not to take it. And it's a good job. It's a great job. It's actually funded like our mission trip last year, and over like 20 grand into the ministry. So I'm thankful for it. But around 2, I probably woke up like around 2 in the afternoon because I was so tired from like the whole.
From working back before?
Yeah, yeah, and doing all these projects,
Woke up at 2. Then what happened?
So then I went to a meeting regarding this financial thing. I must have run some errands, and I went to go buy Kelsey's gifts. So I went
Where did you buy those gifts at?
Lifeway Christian bookstore off Highway 59, right near Houston Baptist University.
What's it called?
Lifeway Christian.
Lifeway?
Lifeway. Way. W-A.
Oh, way. Okay.
And so I was like, what can I get Kelsey? What can I get Kelsey?
What'd you end up getting?
I got her 4 Christian music CDs by female vocalists that play on our ministry station as a Christian music stream.
Okay.
And it was like Francesca Bettistelli, Natalie Grant, Carrie Job, and I think the other one was Laura Story, but I forgot the 4th one. And then I also got her Jesus Calling by Sarah Young devotional. Because that's like a fantastic devotional for adults, and so I thought Kelsey would enjoy it, and I got her a card.
Is that the book you're talking about, the devotional?
Yeah, yeah.
You got her, or is that something else? Because you got a book, and you said, what did you write in the book? Do you remember?
To Kelsey from Pastor Sai.
So you bought the gifts.
Yeah,
Pastor.
Gifts, yeah.
Then what happened?
So
So you woke up at 2. It took a couple hours for shopping or the meeting. Then you went shopping. What time were we at this point?
Evening. That I don't remember.
What time did you? Let me ask you this: what time did you decide to leave that area and come down to Lake City?
Right after the Lifeway bookstore. I went down there, and then I went to a CVS, and I went to was it CVS or a Walgreens? I went to a Burger King and I think a Burger King, and then the CVS or Walgreens right there. It's right next to it. It's right near like Maple Leaf. Whatever pharmacy is next to the Burger King right there near their main intersection.
So you go there. Did you get something to eat?
Yeah.
What you get Burger King?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you go into Walgreens or CVS right there?
Yeah.
What'd you get at CVS?
There I got the pink bag that the gifts were in, and like the paper to wrap the gifts. Yeah.
Okay, or the tissue paper?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So I'm assuming you get in the car, put the presents in the car, wrap it and all that stuff. Then you go towards her house, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
So then I was like, I was like, okay, I doubt anything's gonna happen. I doubt Wayne is gonna hurt me.
Well, let me ask you this. Why would you think that at this point you're bringing a gift?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you haven't told me that you've been confrontational with Wayne or anyone else up to this point.
I've always tried to.
So why the first thing is you're thinking is, I think something's going to happen?
Well,
I don't think something's going to happen.
Well, I was like, I doubt something will happen, but just in case, let me just protect myself, so.
But my question to you is why would you think something's going to happen? You got to help me paint that picture for yourself.
Because I felt like there's 2 possibilities. I felt like, why would they keep Kelsey from her relatives all these years? Why would they keep her from me when she like adored me and like begged for me at one point? Like why are they doing this to her? Are they abusers is what's going through my head.
Yeah, but my question to you at that point is, she is care, custody, control caregiver for that child, not you, right?
Right.
Okay. And that, let me ask you this, do you think that's, and I'm going to be blunt with you, is that any of your business? You're not involved with that child anymore. I mean, they're divorced.
Yeah.
She's remarried.
Yeah. I mean, but
and there's been no history, you know.
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to get at,
Sure.
Pastor, is help me understand why you thought, I don't think nothing's going to happen.
Yeah.
Nothing's happened in the past, right?
Right.
I mean, they've never been abusive towards you in the past, have they?
Well, when I showed up at Christmas, like a couple of years ago, yeah, with presents, that was on the video. I could show.
Well, okay. Let me ask you, short of verbal abuse, have they ever been physically abusive with you?
No.
Okay.
Me neither.
And you know, so there's been no physical abuse in the past to warrant you thinking something might happen.
Well, you know, my thing
because
was,
I'll be quite honest with you. I mean, you being a pastor and a God-fearing man, you know how important Christmas is to people.
Yeah.
If someone showed up at my door, unannounced, uninvited, Christmas morning, when I'm around the tree with my kiddos, my most sacred time of the year, because it is, I'd be upset too. And I'm not sure I wouldn't verbally go off on someone who showed up on my door unannounced, uninvited. So I'm not saying his actions were appropriate, obviously, but you can understand those actions, can't you?
I don't think so, because I would be okay. Because like if somebody had been a part of, if Kelsey were with me, like if the shoe was on the other foot, and Kelsey was me, and I was raising her, and I knew that she adored Papa Mike, you know, and I might not necessarily be best buddies with Papa Mike or approve of everything, or you know.
Fair enough.
That's as a Christian, that's my thing, that this is for the child. It's in her best interest to have those relations in touch. And
thank you for helping me understand that. You know, because I have my way of thinking sometimes, and God knows it ain't always right. So help me for understanding that, okay?
If it isn't clear by now, Scientan seems eager to talk about anything other than the reasons he's now in an orange jumpsuit. But despite his long-winded answers, when finally pressed on the incident, he immediately becomes defensive. And when asked why he brought a gun to the house, he falls back on his unfounded concerns about Amanda and Kelsey being harmed.
So you're heading over to the house, correct? And what is your thinking? You already said that you don't think that's going to happen, but if you're about to say it, I'll cut you off.
And so part of what's been going through my head the last few months is that this sense, it's like that Lakewood church feeling that I had, like when I was seeing like Kelsey come across the sanctuary and then boom, I had her. Like I've had this sense that like there's some harm being done to her. You know, it's like a strong feeling that somebody in Wayne's family is harming Kelsey. And I can't, aside from biblically, like I cannot justify it legally. I cannot justify it in any other way other than to say, you know, I was constantly just, you know, imploring Rose Gordon, her grandma, please, you know, please check.
Okay, so you bark. So go from there.
Okay, so I was like, you know, like I feel like, you know, I have my clergy badge on, like I feel like I'm gonna go minister to these people, I'm gonna say hello to Wayne, I'm gonna bring peace. Because they must be in a peaceful mood if they let Carly and Kelsey talk. That's my thought, is that surely they're not gonna see any harm. I'm just bringing Christian CDs and a biblical devotion, that's it, okay? And so I knock on the door, and you know, I had picked up some boxes that somebody else left, you know? So I was like, hey, I was gonna knock on the door and just give them to Wayne or Amanda or whoever answered and be like, hey, happy birthday. This is for me and my ministry, and I would love to talk to you guys about, you know, the financial ministry books that I left too. You know, that was my agenda, right? So I had the pink bag in my hand, and you know, so when I rang the doorbell, I mean, immediately Wayne answered, and he's like, get on the floor, you know, and like he had a gun pointed at me. So like my heart was like pounding, you know, I felt like I was on a heart attack because I didn't expect that. You know, I didn't go for that. I didn't want to do any harm. I had presents in my hand. He's like, put the down, get on your knees, you know, and then suddenly like, I was like, oh my God, like I'm dropping presents for Kelsey's birthday, like put the gun away. And then Amanda suddenly drove up and with two kids in the car, And Kelsey was one of them, I believe, and then the other kid, I don't know. But Amanda like rushed out the door with a gun cocked at me. She's like, get on your knees, get on your knees. I'm like, what are you guys doing, you know? Like, what the heck are you guys doing? Like, I'm here to drop presents, that's it. I wasn't showing a weapon, I wasn't doing anything, I wasn't threatening them. I have zero intention of doing any harm. Zero. So then, like, you know, Wayne's like, oh, I'm tired of you harassing our family. I'm like, how am I harassing your family, dude? Like, I'm not doing anything to you. I'm bringing you presents. I wanted to see Kelsey, that's all. You had told me, Wayne, that you would let me see her. I have tape recording of that also, you know, from years ago. He's like, no, I didn't say that. I said, I do have that recording, Wayne. You know, like, just relax, you know? Get on your knees, you know? So he's like screaming and I'm pleading with him. Like, just put the gun away, relax. I'm begging him, you know? Like, put the gun away. And then Amanda, like, called, I guess she called you guys at that point, and she said something like, oh, you know, I'm following up, you know, there's some guy that's been stalking me for like 10 years, and that's her, you know, prototype story, damsel in distress thing where she thinks like I'm like obsessed with her or something like that. I have no interest in Amanda. I'm not romantically interested in her, physically interested, or any kind of interest like that. Okay. I have one thing that drives my ministry. I created the ministry for Kelsey and her sister, so they have a legacy of serving Christ, and they know they can have a career in Christian music. You know, I wanted to share that with them and the whole family, and Rose and Brad and Sean Charles and whatever.
So you're at the door, away. She pulls up. She's got her gun on you.
Yeah.
He's got his gun on you.
She's
on the phone with 911.
Yeah.
You know she's on the phone with 911, right?
I figured either that or a police station. Yeah. And then
police station is 911.
Yeah. So I wasn't sure if they did an emergency call.
Okay.
They had
okay, I understand.
And then Wayne did mention that I talked to a detective, and you know he said that if you ever come here, we'll make a citizen's arrest on you. And I'm like, okay, like. So put the gun down, you know. So then I was like begging him, like, just let me stand up. And then he like hit me and like put me on the ground, you know.
Okay, so you complied with their orders when they say get on the ground.
Yes.
Okay, were you on your stomach or were you on your knees?
And knees.
Okay.
Yeah, and my hands were in there.
Okay.
And then I told Amanda, I was like, what are you doing? Like, you know.
Now, are you in the front door area?
Yeah, it was like it was like in that front door entranceway.
Right.
And so Wayne had come on. He was in the entranceway, and then Amanda had drove up here, and she was like right in front of the entranceway. And I'm thinking, like, I'm looking at Wayne, and I'm like, man, this is like, you know, this looks like a demonic child molester kind of guy. You know, like, why is he not? Why is he so angry that he's like pointing gun and not willing to de-escalate? You know, I'm trying to de-escalate both of them, and then some kid was in the car with Kelsey, and she's like screaming and crying, oh my God, she has a gun. And I'm like, Amanda, calm down, put the gun away, get in the car, drive the kids to where they're not watching all this. You know, this is not right. You know, so I was begging them, and then I got really scared because neither of them were putting the gun down. So I literally started weeping. You know. Because I was like, just don't hurt me, you know? Don't hurt me, please. You know, and I literally like was so scared, like, I mean, like my heart was pounding, and I thought I'm a grown man, I thought I was gonna pee my pants.
Scientan acts like Wayne and Amanda's reactions to him showing up unannounced came out of nowhere, but clearly they were a long time coming. Yet unfortunately for them, this time he had a gun with him. Despite his claims of wanting to protect Kelsey, he was more than willing to attempt to murder both her parents in front of her. And in Wayne's case, due to the 911 dispatcher's command, he would tragically succeed. Except Scientan isn't telling the entire story, and the detective is about to call him out on it with video proof.
So help me understand this. Wayne put his gun up inside.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
And the reason why I know that okay, is because that's where we found the gun.
Okay.
Inside.
Okay.
But what I also know is that Wayne turned his back on you and went and put his gun inside.
Yeah. So
Wayne didn't feel you were a threat at that point.
And I thought they were not going to be a threat at that point.
Okay. So Wayne puts his gun up.
Yes.
No weapon.
Yes.
She puts her gun down, correct?
Yes.
Her dispatch.
Yes.
Put your gun down.
Yes.
Okay. So at this moment, we got nobody with guns,
Right.
correct?
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
I want to make sure we're on the same playing
Yes,
field. Okay.
yes.
At that point, no one can shoot anyone
Correct.
at all because there are no guns present.
No guns visible.
No guns pointing at you.
Right. Okay.
Right.
So no, I'm not.
I don't want to put words in your mouth, but there's no guns pointing at you.
I wasn't pointing
I
a gun at anyone either.
Got
So I
understand.
thought I was
Okay.
safe. No, I thought I was safe. So I was like, I got up slowly and I was like, look guys, I'm just going to come. I'm just gonna go to the driveway next door and I'm gonna stay there. Okay?
Did you tell them that?
Yes. And I had my hands up in the air.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
As
Then what happened?
soon as I got up and stepped towards the garage door, Amanda went back to her gun, picked it up, and then Wayne came like charging at me. You know, so I thought he had his gun at that point. Okay, he charged at me, he attacked me, he hit me, and Kelsey was watching this whole thing. Okay, and I hope that Kelsey saw enough to where she told you I did not strike them, I did not hit them, I didn't instigate any kind of.
Pastor Sal, I'm gonna kind of shut you down a little bit, okay?
Right.
Because we have a little better than 2 kids witnessing it, okay?
Okay.
But we also have video from the house that's catty corner
Next door,
who
okay.
recently had video cameras installed.
Right.
It's very good video.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm going to challenge you to the fact that
Okay.
Amanda picked her gun up.
Uh,
I'm going to challenge you to that fact. Okay.
She had it though in her hand pointing at me.
I'm going to challenge you that I've seen the video.
I would ask that you watch it again
Okay.
because when so I was like right here at near to to Wayne's vehicle, I guess, and about to leave to the next apartment. I mean the next home, and I saw the guy. It looked like he was like popping in and out, the neighbor. So Wayne came at me and he attacked me and struck me. So I thought, and Amanda was pointing
With
the
a
gun at me.
closed fist?
I saw his hand go up and I thought he had a gun. I had no idea whether he had a gun or not. I thought he still did. I thought he pulled some trick where he might have like put it in his back pocket or something, okay? So at that point, like I yelled out, I don't know if you heard the dispatch call yet, but I yelled out that they're assaulting me. And Amanda was like pointing her weapon at me, okay? And at that point, I was scared because I thought both of them have guns and now he's striking me physically and he's actually gonna kill me. So at that point, I pulled the gun that I had and I fired. And then like when he went down, like then it was like then I didn't want to shoot her, I didn't want to hurt her, but I did fire in that direction because I saw she had a gun. And the reason I know she had a gun is because after she my magazine ran out and then she was screaming and she like ran back in the house and I saw a gun right there.
I will give you the benefit of the doubt that you thought maybe he had a gun, maybe he put it in his small back. He went inside and put his gun up.
Okay.
Now, he turned his back on you.
Yeah.
You might have looked away and not saw him put the gun down.
I didn't see it.
I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt, Pastor Si, that you still thought maybe he had a gun and it was in his hand when he came to hit you.
Yes.
Okay. I will say this, even if he had the gun in his hand and he was gonna hit you with a gun in his hand, we're not talking about like this, shooting to kill.
But it could be the next step because there's 2 guns, you know.
Well,
so I had no reason to believe that.
Let me challenge you again, Pastor Si, because video is clear.
It seems Sy is sticking by his story of self-defense. He claims he shot Wayne to avoid being pistol whipped or possibly shot himself, and he fired on Amanda when he saw she still had her gun. But clear video footage from a neighbor's newly installed security camera shows that neither Wayne nor Amanda were armed, and despite Sayantan's claims of merely trying to defend himself, all evidence increasingly points to the contrary.
When the dispatcher told her to put that gun down, she wouldn't put that gun down.
Yeah, but you know where she put it?
Hold on. We're not going to play semantics here.
Sure.
All right? We got dead people. We're not going to play games.
Yes, sir.
All right? I've given you the benefit of the doubt this entire time.
Yes, sir.
All right? She didn't pick that gun up again I've watched the video, and about 12 other detectives have watched that video.
I was watching it. She had to, because she put the gun down near the front door. And then she picked it back up when I got up to get over, and then she was pointing at me when Wayne jumped on me. And then after all that, she must have dropped the gun. I thought in my mind that when I fired at her, she may have ricocheted or just dropped it and ran. But the gun was over here. But first it was here. So there has to be some video that shows that she kneeled down by the front door, and then the gun wound up there. And I didn't touch that gun.
Okay, so
I didn't want it to happen like that. That's the last thing I wanted is for kids to see that, for someone to get shot, for my ministry and my job to be destroyed by this.
Okay. Well, I can wholeheartedly understand that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So when you get to the gun, you say you shot Wayne.
Yeah.
Okay. Then what did you do? For starters, go back. Where was your gun at on you this whole time?
In my pants.
In your pants?
Yes,
The front of your pants?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and small, and
Yes, sir.
your waistline?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So when you went to get up, okay, and they tried to detain you, make a citizen's arrest, which they have a legal right to do. You're on their property. Okay. All right. State of Texas gives you the authority to do that.
Okay.
All right. So when you get up, you use the term attacked you. Okay. And if you felt that way, that's the term you should have used.
Yeah.
All right. He came like this, you said, to swing. You felt he had a gun in his hand.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can I tell you? He did not have a gun in his hand. Okay?
Okay.
The gun that he originally had was placed inside where we found it, right inside the doorway.
Okay.
He did not have a gun in his hand. All right. So you shot him. How many times?
I don't know. I just pressed the trigger, and then it was just like, it was panic mode.
Okay.
You know.
So you shot him. Then Amanda did what?
I saw her with the gun in her hand, you know, and so I fired in that direction, and then she was like screaming, and then I was like, oh my God, like my heart was pounding, and then all I remember was seeing her run in the house, and then I was like, oh my God, you know, like everything in my heart wanted to like just tell the kids, hey, I'm so sorry you saw this. It's okay now, it's done. But then I was thinking, okay, do the neighbors have guns? Does she have another gun in the home? Is she gonna come out with? Are there gonna be cops that showed up because they think something's
Why would
supposed
you
to?
worry about if she had another gun in the home? She had a gun in her hand.
Because, you know, I don't know how many guns they had. You know,
Yeah, but she had one in her hand, and according to you,
Yeah. I saw that
she had another gun in her hand.
Yes, sir.
So why would you be concerned about her going and getting another gun? That doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, I mean, because I didn't realize that she had dropped the gun until I looked around afterward, and then I saw that her gun is next to the car that Kelsey was in.
Okay.
So I saw that, and then I was like, okay, there's no reason to shoot anymore. Let me leave, you know, because I wanted to stay. That was what my heart was telling me to do, just stay, talk to cops, talk to everybody. But the way that things went down, where she was constantly telling on the phone, this guy's stalking me, this guy's stalking me, and then I'm thinking like all the news, you know, I'm a colored man and nothing against you guys, but I mean, you know, it looks a bad situation, you know, they're already built up, they think that stalkers at the door, they hear gunshots, they hear her screaming, and I'm a colored guy, and I can have my hands up, and I'm still afraid I'm gonna get shot, you know. So what I did was, I didn't even get to say bye to Kelsey, I just drove. And then my mind was like racing just a million miles an hour.
Hold on a second.
Cyantan's skills at playing the victim know no bounds, but so does his capacity to lie. In reality, Amanda hadn't gone inside the house at all. She was lying injured and unarmed between two vehicles, watching her attacker's feet slowly approach from underneath. As a terrified Kelsey screamed inside the vehicle, Sayantan raised the gun to her mother's head and pulled the trigger, yet thankfully, the gun was empty, and Sayantan quickly fled the scene. But if it seems like he's leaving out key details, that's because he is, and the detective thinks so too.
We got a lot of reverse in. Okay. When you left after the shooting, you're leaving out a lot of stuff. Leaving out a lot of stuff. And what you're leaving out is you left, stopped, turned back around, and went back. What did you do when you went back?
I don't remember.
Would you like me to tell you?
Yes.
No, I want you to remember.
I don't remember what's happening.
I want you to remember. You've been pretty specific about the stuff that benefited you. You've been pretty clear on everything that benefits Pastor Si. Give me something that you did that you know damn well you shouldn't have done after he was shot, laying on that ground. What'd you do when you went back?
I think I shot at the door. I might have shot at the door.
You didn't shoot at the door, Pastor. You know what you did.
I'm not sure.
Okay. I told you I ain't gonna yell at you, I ain't gonna scream you. I'm not gonna do that because that ain't my style.
Sure.
Alright, but I don't like being lied to. Alright, I don't like being told, for about an hour now, everything that is good in your life, why you do everything good for the pastor and for the ministry and for everything. That's all admirable. Alright?
Yes, sir.
It's all very, very, very honorary. Okay? But now it's time to start talking about some of the things Pastor Si did that night that Pastor Si knows is not godly. You didn't go shoot at that door. All right? Don't sit here and lie to me because I hadn't sat here and lied to you either.
I don't remember. I don't.
Okay. You do know autopsies take place. You know how those work, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You know what the autopsy says?
What's that?
You went right back to him, which is on video.
Mm.
Again. I'm not gonna lie to you. You're gonna see the video.
Okay.
You're gonna see the video. You know you're charged with murder, right? You know that.
Yes, sir.
All right, there's a reason why you're charged with murder. There's a reason why you're not charged with or we just would have said, hey, come talk to us, we want to investigate you for this. There's a reason why we didn't give you the benefit of the doubt thinking it was self-defense. All right. Once you're a smart guy, you got a master's degree, right?
Yes, sir.
Pretty smart dude. Okay? This investigation turned real quick away from self-defense. Real quick. Based on a few things. The stifling marks. You know what stifling is?
No.
When a gun is so close to somebody's skin, okay, that leaves gunpowder residue. Alright? You went over to that man and put 2 bullets in the side of his head after you originally shot him. Yes, you did. Oh, those, Pastor Si?
It wasn't at the same time?
Pastor Si? I let you sit here and rumble for a long time. Okay, there's 2 gunshot wounds. The gun was close to his head, actually his right forehead. There's 2 gunshot wounds with stiflings to it. The only way it's scientifically possible to get stifling marks on a person's skin is if the gun is against the skin or within a couple of inches in perimeter. All right? That's why you're not sitting here getting the benefit of the doubt that this is self-defense.
Okay.
All right? Because self-defense, bam, bam, oh shit, I'm out of here, I'm taking off running.
Okay.
Calling the police, calling 911. Hey, pull guns on me. I had to shoot to get away. That's self-defense. Run into a neighbor's, bang on the door, call the police, call the police. That's self-defense. You know what self-defense isn't? You going and standing over Amanda and acting like you're going to shoot her again or trying to shoot her again and the gun dry studded. You remember that?
No.
You did that. Now, I don't know if it was anger, and I don't know what got into you at the time, but that ain't self-defense when you go back to Amanda and try to kill her and step over her like a piece of meat like you did that's on video and do this, and your gun is out of bullets. You know why your gun's out of bullets? Because you shot 10 times at Wayne. That's why this ain't self-defense. Do you remember going back, stepping over Amanda and pointing the gun right in her face? Because she sure does. You know she's not dead. Do you know she's not dead?
Yeah, because I started running in the house.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, she could have died running into the house. Did you know she's not dead?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the video says it. The video shows it. And you did it. You stood right over her. Bam, bam. Realized your gun was empty. Now, I don't know why you did that. I have a good feeling it's because of the anger. I'm going to get.
After listening to Scientan lie to him for nearly an hour, this detective has had enough. But it's not only the lies that are driving him crazy, it's Scientan, making himself out to be a concerned, caring person when he's really a cold-blooded killer and run-of-the-mill creep whose obsession with his ex led to murder.
I was in panic mode because I just saw her with a gun. So I was thinking that, like, at that point, it's either like me or them, you know? I didn't want this to happen.
Who the hell wants this to happen? No shit. I know you didn't want this to happen. But it happened. And the way it happened was you emptied a whole round, 10 rounds of bullets into Wayne 7 times, into Amanda 2 times, and you missed 1 round.
Was she injured?
Was who injured?
Amanda.
You injured. You shot her twice.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, you shot her twice. She's still in the hospital. So I can sit here and buy that you didn't want this to happen.
Yes, sir.
I get that. But I can also think Pastor Side knew this shit was going to happen because Pastor Side loaded himself up with his gun and went to the front door with a gun anticipating this to happen. Because you know what? Regardless if they had guns at you, regardless if they were pointing guns at you, if you didn't have a gun, none of this shit would have happened. If you didn't show up to her house, uninvited, let me add, none of this would have happened. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. You know, in the state of Texas, people can, on private property, point guns at others. It's called the Castle Act. Yes, sir. And they have every right in the world to. It's called the Castle Doctrine. That gives you the authority on your own property to point guns at people and protect your property. It even enhances it at nighttime. Okay? All right. So, I get you didn't want this to happen. I understand that. I wholeheartedly believe you didn't want this to happen.
Even on the...
But hold on. Hold on. He turned around. And on that audio, on the 911 call, we hear her say, Wayne, put your gun down.
Yeah.
Dispatch is telling us to put our guns down. He, right then and there, turns back into the house, correct? Okay? He put his gun down. All right? So you know he wasn't a threat to you at that time.
But afterward, when they came out, she picked it up. She picked hers up from right near the front door.
You wanted her to pick that gun up.
I did not.
She didn't pick that gun up.
No, she did pick it up. She did. I 100% guarantee she picked the gun up. I saw it. Otherwise, nothing would have happened because I wouldn't think there's 2 guns pointing at me at that point. She picked it up and then she walked backward to between the cars. That's where her gun was when I left. that was the disaster. I thought everything was clear when the dispatcher gave that order, but they didn't follow that order. That's why I
Why
thought,
didn't you follow the order? Why didn't you stay on your knees?
because I was
Wait for the
scared.
police to show up.
I was scared. I
They didn't
didn't,
have no guns in their hands.
I know,
They didn't- Hold on.
Yeah.
At that point, nobody had guns. All you had to do,
yeah,
sit there and wait for the police.
yeah.
And you know what would happen? You said you'd never been there before, right?
I have been there to deliver those rule books.
Okay. But you were never spoke to by the police.
Right.
Okay. What would happen to you is, had you stayed right there, police would have came up. Okay. Probably secure everybody in handcuffs so that nobody got shot because there was guns present. You probably would have been released with a criminal trespass warning. Don't come back here no more. Very, very maximum, you'd have been arrested for trespassing, Class B misdemeanor, or written a Class C ticket for trespassing, at the very least. But you know what, Si? I don't think, in fact, I know he didn't have that gun, because he went right inside. I'm not buying that. Why'd you show up in the first place?
That's what I'm
Unannounced, uninvited.
That's
You
what
know,
I'm saying.
everybody, Si, you're doing a good job of blaming everybody else, pointing the fingers here.
Not blame, it's just a bad situation.
It's a horrible situation. A man is dead.
Yeah.
A woman is shot. Your ex-wife is shot twice.
I didn't realize that.
You flee. Not only do you flee back home, in fact, you didn't even go home.
Yeah,
You went and withdrew $300 out of the ATM,
yeah.
northwest side of Houston, and went to San Antonio.
I was trying to get to California. I thought that if I could somehow, like, my uncle is like sound-minded and he's a businessman, and I thought if I can get to California and explain to him, he can get me an attorney and we'll be okay. You know, we'll work it out.
You know what, Si? We'd have been okay if you just stuck around and
Yeah,
stayed.
that's what my mom said. You're right.
You'd have been okay.
Yeah.
Still have been charged.
Yes. At least I would have been able to tell you and not look like a fugitive. Well, that's what the border patrol
Yeah,
guy
it
said.
not look like you are a fugitive.
Yes, sir.
You fled
Yes.
state of Texas after committing murder.
And as I was driving, I was just praying. I was like, man, I hope they can save Wayne in the ICU. I hope they can save Wayne in the ICU.
That's impossible. And you knew that was impossible. You know why you knew it was impossible? Because you shot Wayne twice in the head, point blank, to kill that man. At that particular time, all of the problems Wayne posed to you, you dealt with all those problems right then and there. You put the gun to that man's head and shot him directly to his head. We call that an anchor shot, where we're going to make sure we kill somebody, make sure they don't take another breath. And that's what you did to him. Now you tell me why you did that.
I don't know. I don't remember shooting Amanda point blank either. I'm just sorry.
You seem to not remember a lot of stuff that's convenient for Pastor Si not to remember.
Just those two. I mean, I take the
No,
blame.
no.
I mean, I take the blame for shooting. You know, it would have been better if I didn't go.
Yeah, it'd have been much better if you win, you didn't strap yourself down with a .40 caliber weapon with 10 rounds in it, anticipating something happening. I mean, it's kind of hard to claim self-defense when you take a gun to someone's property.
I just figured in Texas everybody carries.
Scientan's self-defense story has proved about as successful as his ministry, which seems increasingly unlikely to continue. At least in the outside world, that is. Maybe in federal prison, where despite his continued pleas of innocence, the detective makes it clear he'll be going for a very long time.
Let me ask you this, Pastor. You're a smart guy. You got your education's better than mine. Your education's better than his. Okay? You're a smart man, smart human being. You think 12 people on that jury is going to believe that?
It's fight or flight. I mean,
No, fight or flight is bam, bam, I'm here. That's fight or flight, Pastor Si. Come on.
that's if you have one person on you. When you have two, like something, I'm not a trained soldier or a police officer. It was like panic mode. I had two people that had been pointing guns at me.
Exactly. You hit the nail on the head. Had been.
And still was. That's why the gun was over here. That's why Amanda was pointing it. Amanda was pointing at me again. That's why I felt my life was in danger, because she picked the gun back up. So I thought he picked the gun back up. So yes, I could have stayed here, but I didn't trust them. I didn't do anything when I came to their home to warrant them even having a gun.
You brought a gun.
But I didn't show it.
Hold on. How am I supposed to argue for you when you bring a gun?
I walk my dog with a gun at nighttime around the apartment complex.
It's your apartment complex. It's in Richmond. How are you going to argue self-defense on this when you shoot a man 8 times?
I didn't count.
And two of them point blank to the head.
I didn't count them.
You went and killed that guy on purpose.
No, I don't.
I'm not saying that was your intent going over there.
Right.
I'm not saying that. No,
Right.
I want you to understand that.
Okay.
I'm not saying that's your intent.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying, when the shit hit the fan, it was all, and Pastor Si was going to get his revenge.
No revenge.
Scientan would stick by his story of self-defense to the bitter end. But just as the detective predicted, a jury of his peers wouldn't buy it. He was found guilty of murder and aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, and sentenced to 50 years in prison. Thank you for watching today's video. Whether you're new here or have been with us for a while, check out one of the craziest cases I've ever covered right here, or one of my newest uploads right here.